Hey guys, thogden here, and welcome back to our Champions League predictions. Match day 5 out of 6. The groups are getting exciting. Everything is up for grabs.
Let's get straight into it. So exciting, isn't
With
it?
20,000 likes, and if we get that, I will go to a match on Tuesday. I will go to a match on Wednesday, and we will make some incredible match day vlogs, won't we, Thogdad?
You know he will. And the first game is RB Salzburg against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Theo, this is second against first in a very tight Group E. Now, Salzburg have not lost in the group stages. Chelsea doing all right, aren't they?
I think Salzburg consider themselves having a chance because Okafor's a baller. At home, they've held out teams. They drew to Milan. And to be honest, if you look at the group, it's really tight between them and Chelsea, 6 and 7 points. And then behind them, it's really close as well with Dynamo, Zagreb and Milan.
Chelsea, we know they can win against 10 men. Jorginho and Aubameyang getting the goals. We saw them draw at the weekend. This is going to be tight, Theo. But I think Chelsea have got that little bit extra quality. 1-0 victory.
Well, in the last week, I've watched Chelsea play 180 minutes of football against Brentford and United, 1 home, 1 away, and they only scored 1 goal between that. I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea, though.
Yes.
I think they'll find a way. Aubameyang and Raheem Sterling, the goals need to come from somewhere.
Sevilla against FC Copenhagen. Theo, third against fourth in Group G. Both teams did well last week. Tough draws against tough teams. But this is a battle for third place, isn't it?
It's an early matchup, which is completely pointless. Dortmund and City have got first and second. Sevilla sacked their manager, so maybe the players will have something to fight for. But at the same time, Copenhagen could sneak a European spot if they get a result.
Well, they've got to score a goal, which they haven't done yet in the group stages.
Sevilla have only scored 1, so either way, this could be a 0-0.
It could easily, but you know what? I'm going Sevilla 1, FC Copenhagen 0.
I think Copenhagen might turn up and sneak it 1-0, but then late on Sevilla will equalise 1-1 draw.
Paris Saint-Germain against Maccabi Haifa. It's first against fourth in
Messi.
the group.
Come
Theo.
on, Messi.
Now, PSG, all they've got to do is win here to get through. But Maccabi Haifa, they proved against Juventus. They're not mugs.
Maccabi Haifa, I backed them against Juve 1-0. They won 2-0, and that was completely against the odds. If I put a bet on Maccabi Haifa to win that, I would have made a crap ton of money, especially in an accumulator with all my correct predictions that week. This time round, they've not got a chance against PSG. I know Messi is going to drop a masterclass, potentially a hat-trick. The form he's had in the French league recently is incredible, and Mbappe wanting to leave is just music to my ears. I know when Paris turn up, and they will do it now, 4-0.
I'm going to go 3-0. Borussia Dortmund in second place in the group against Manchester City. Now, Man City are through already, but they'll want to win this group, won't they, Theo? But they're up against Jude Bellingham.
The story is in the group. Man City are first, Dortmund are second. They're both qualified for the next round of the Champions League. The story is the Haaland, Benzema, Haaland.
Theo, don't sing, please.
If we get 20,000 likes, I will book a flight right now, and I'll get on one direct to Dortmund in about 15 minutes. I'll leave too. I'm doing it anyway. If you think Haaland will score, comment below. I expect Dortmund 1, Man City 3. Dortmund will score first, and then Haaland will turn up. And maybe a Julian Alvarez goal too.
But I agree, City are too good. They're going to win this one 2-1. Dynamo Zagreb against AC Milan. It's fourth against third in Group 3, Theo. Now, we know Zagreb are decent. They beat Chelsea, but what's going to happen here?
Well, Milan have had an injury crisis for all their best players throughout so many important matches, and they now stand into a must-win game. Same points as Zagreb. Salzburg are 2 ahead. They've got no choice. They have to win this. And by the way, it's not an easy place to go.
No.
Chelsea turned up at Dynamo Zagreb, the Blues in Croatia, and they lost. And that actually sacked Tuchel. How do we know Milan will go there and get points? They probably won't. This could be the end of Milan.
Hopefully Tomori stays on the pitch if he's allowed to play. He was sent off in the last game.
That's another blow.
Zagreb is a difficult place to go. Those Croatian boys will make it hard for them. But I think Milan will just win this one, 2-1.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Milan will sneak it just because they have to. Pioli, I believe in you. 2-1 to Milan. Brahim Diaz to score the winner.
Benfica against Juventus, second against third in Group H. Theo, Benfica, we've already talked about them. They drew in Paris.
Ballers.
Juventus lost in Israel. What is wrong with that team?
Well, Juve, since then, have won 2 in the Serie A. They look a lot stronger. They didn't sack Allegri. They've kept faith in him, and maybe that's the correct decision. I think Benfica at home could easily win this match. Juve need a point to get ahead of Maccabi Haifa to guarantee themselves Europa League. They can no longer qualify for the Champions League knockouts. That's out the window. The only thing they need a point for is to get above the Israelis. But Benfica are just too good. So I think Benfica will go 1-0 up. Juve score a late equaliser from Vlahovic, and Benfica's goal will be David Neres. What a baller.
Well, this is a must-win game for Juventus, and for that reason, I think they'll lose it, Theo. Benfica to win 2-1.
Doesn't surprise me. And you've learned a lot since that PSG prediction, eh?
Thank you, Theo.
Learn from your mistakes. Good man.
Glasgow Celtic against Shakhtar Donetsk. It's fourth against third in Group F, Theo. Now, Shakhtar Donetsk so close to beating Real Madrid,
I know.
weren't they, Theo?
3-2 over 880 minutes against the best team in the world. That's incredible form. And Mudryk in the league, they won 3-0. He scored a brace last out. Shakhtar look a very strong team, even playing their matches in Warsaw.
If Celtic win this one, they can just sneak into third place in the group. They're at home. We know the passion of the Celtic fans.
I just think Shakhtar are better, though. I think the quality on the pitch, Shakhtar outweigh Celtic. And therefore, I'm going to go for a tight 2-1 win for the Ukrainians.
I think you could be right, Theo, but you know what? I'm going to give Celtic something in this game. I think it's going to be a cracker. I think it's going to be late goals. It's going to be Celtic 2, Shakhtar Donetsk 2.
Well, the thing is for Celtic, they can't qualify for the Champions League. That's out the window.
Yes.
What they can do is pick up points to sneak that third place and continue that Europa dream.
RB Leipzig against Real Madrid. This is second against first in Group F. Theo, how's this one going to go?
Both Leipzig and Real Madrid have almost proven that they can make it first and second. Benzema's back to his best. I was at El Clasico. I watched 90 minutes against Barcelona, and that has guaranteed me to predict them a win here away in Germany. I'm so convinced. Valverde right now is one of the best midfielders in the world. Modric, his age for him is just a number because he's still such a baller. I'm going to go 3-1 Real Madrid. Benzema brace.
I think this is a potential banana skin for Real Madrid. The Germans are going to make it really hard, but it's Real Madrid, and how can you bet against them? I think they'll win this one 2-1.
2-1. Well, I know Leipzig looks strong and they got the win against Celtic in the end at home, but Real Madrid is different gravy in terms of quality on the pitch.
Inter Milan against Viktoria Plzen. It's second against fourth in Group C, Theo. But Plzen conceding 4 goals a game. They're the whipping boys, aren't they?
I have an odd feeling there could be a bottle job from Inter at home here. Now, I know the Czech boys have been smashed by everybody they've faced in Europe this season, but do you know how much this means to the group? If Barca fans can slip a bit of gravy into their dinner that night, to give them that extra boost, Barcelona still stand a chance with their financial situation and everything going on to qualify with second for the Champions League knockouts, which they need to. The club is mudded if they don't. If Inter get a win, Barca are done for. So this 5:45 game matters a lot more than what you thought so.
This will be a comfortable home win. I know you're going to agree with me.
No.
3-0 to Inter.
My prediction is a low-scoring one. At Pilsen, it was 2-0 to Inter.
Yes.
Here, at San Siro, I'm going to go 0-0. The game will just go out and out and out. Trust me.
Excuse me, Jeremy Beadleback. Go on.
I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy.
Do your real prediction.
Maybe I've lost the plot. I fully believe that the Czech boys will somehow find a way to hold them out.
Club Brugge against FC Porto, first against second in Group B. And if you don't know, Brugge is in Belgium. What's going to happen here, Theo?
If Atletico get a result against Leverkusen, Porto could come out of the top 2. So for them, they need to turn up. And they did so in Germany against Leverkusen. Finally, Taremi and the boys got a massive away win. Will they do it in Bruges? I'm going to go for a goal crazy match. Club Brugge 3, Porto 2.
Wow, Theo. I think it's going to be the opposite. Low scoring. And like you said, Theo, Bruges have not conceded in 4 games. That is amazing. I don't think they'll concede here. 1-0 to Bruges.
Very different predictions, but we both agree that Bruges win by 1 goal, and I think it'll be Jutla, the Spaniard, who's got 2 goals, 2 assists so far in the Champions League. I think he'll get the winner.
Eintracht Frankfurt against Olympique Marseille. It's 4th against second in Group D, but this is absolutely wide open, isn't it, Theo?
Massive. The thing is, for Frankfurt, they look incredible recently in their home form. 3 wins from 3, smashing Mönchengladbach. They're not a bad team. And in Europe, I just think they've got more in it than Marseille. I think they're going to win 2-1, Lindstrom to score both.
Whoa, you're up against Alexis Sanchez. He was good in the last round. It's hard to call with Marseille, but I don't think they'll lose this one. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. FC Barcelona against Bayern Munich, 3rd against 1st in Group C. Probably the tie of the round, Theo. In the last round, loads of goals.
Group C has it all for grabs if Inter Pilsen is 0-0 or a draw like I predicted earlier. My prediction in the Barcelona-Bayern game is Barca go and freaking smash them. They are due some form. They battered their most recent Spanish opposition 4-0. Ferran Torres scored, Lewandowski, Ansu Fati's back to his best. Although they didn't look good in El Clasico, I think they're going to turn up against Bayern Munich.
I remember being at the Nou Camp to watch them against Bayern Munich.
Completely different team, completely different year. No Manuel Neuer this time round. It's a completely different story. Did they have Lewandowski up top? No, he was on the other team. He was playing for Bayern. He scored goals for Bayern.
Bayern Munich have got a 100% record in this tournament for a reason. They are a better team than Barcelona at the moment. They're going to go to the Nou Camp and win 2-1.
Against Inter, VAR decisions went against them. I think Barcelona will finally get some luck. They're going to win 3-1. And if Inter draw, they're back in the group for second. I've seen even more crazy miracles happen at the Nou Camp. Barca fans know what I'm talking about. Sergi Roberto. Let's see what happens.
Ajax against Liverpool. It's third against second in the group. Now, most likely Liverpool get through, don't they? But Ajax playing for some pride here.
Liverpool lost to Forest 1-0 last out.
Ajax are not the same team this season. They're not the same team.
They're not the same team. Neither are Liverpool. This could go either way. It depends who wants it more on the day. Ajax, if they fancy it, could sneak a win. But after watching them against Napoli 180 minutes get battered, not on the same level as the South Coast Blues, and with a 38-year-old goalkeeper who I don't think is very good, Liverpool should score 3. I think Ajax can put up a fight and score 2. 5-goal thriller, great game. But I think the Reds, I can't see them losing.
It's all about guesswork, to be honest, isn't it? But you know what? I'm going to go Ajax 1, Liverpool 1. I think Ajax are playing for some pride. Possible. I think they might get something from this tie. Atletico Madrid against Bayer Leverkusen, third against fourth in Group B. It's a hard one to call this, isn't it?
No, it's a must-win for Atleti. It's not hard to call. If Porto lose, they can sneak second and make it to the knockouts. By the way, Brugge are top and haven't conceded, so Porto will probably lose. And Atletico, off their recent form, won at home recently. Griezmann back to his best. I think he'll score the winner. The second goal, they're going to win 2-0. Leverkusen, they've got my boy Rob Andrick back, but I don't think they're good enough.
Both of these teams, Theo, played very well last game week, but failed to get anything. I think home advantage here is key. 1-0 to Atletico.
Leverkusen away from 4 losses from 5, not good enough.
Tottenham Hotspur against Sporting Club de Portugal in Group D. First against third. Surely a home win, Theo.
Yeah, simple. Tottenham have gone back-to-back losses now, and it's not good enough. Antonio Conte will make a change. They are better than Sporting, and I think both Kane and Son will score one. 2-0 win, comfortable. Do you think anything else could happen?
Yes, I do, but I don't think it will. I think Tottenham will sneak this one with a 1-0 win.
Yeah, for Sporting, Pedro Porro, you never know. He could drop a masterclass. Marcus Edwards. Sporting won this game in Portugal. Let's not forget that.
Back to Group A. Napoli against Rangers. Theo, this could be a bit of a crapshoot. Top against bottom.
Napoli in first place. They've already qualified. They don't have to win this, but they're so good that they probably will. Whether they rotate is a question.
Yes.
The likes of Kvara, Raspadori, Osimhen. I just watched Napoli. They went to Rome and won 1-0. Incredible how Spalletti plays the lads. It's spectacular. In Europe, they're usually a bit more free-flowing, especially at home, and I think they could be. If Kvara starts, I expect him to score a brace. Napoli 4-0 win. Rangers right now, difficult. Van Bronckhorst could get sacked. Maybe if it wasn't for Lundstram in the 91st minute against Livingston, he would have lost his job. So it's all up in the air for Rangers, but I think Napoli will clear them out 4-0.
Napoli will rest players, but they'll still win comfortably. Rangers getting a little bit embarrassed by this tournament. 3-0 to the Italians.
The Georgian with a brace. Remember I said that.
You've got a flight to catch.
I do, to Dortmund. And if we get 20,000 likes, I will make the flight, even though I would have already made it by this time. Now I'm waffling. Smash the like button. Loads of Champions League content to come. Let's do it. Bye. I gotta run.